Hello E39 Source, welcome back to the channel. It's Ryan Schultz here with the 2000 Silverstone M5. Today doing a product review for a car security device. This one's called CarLock. This is going to be a great way to do a variety of things for your car. This is not a BMW specific tool at all. This just requires an OBD2 port. So if your vehicle is produced in 1996 or later, you should be fine. We'll take a quick look at the rear of the product here and see some of the features they talk about. Work and sleep without worry. This thing monitors your car at all times, monitors anybody driving the car, keeps an eye on your battery voltage as well, so you'll know if the electrical system has any issues. And it uses GSM technology like a cell phone. So this is vehicle tracking, tracks how it's driven, where it's driven, when it's driven. Fantastic security device here to keep an eye on your vehicle and where it is and how it's being used. Installation is quite simple. I will also note this comes with a 31-day free trial. It is a paid subscription service per month or per year, depending on how you'd like to do that. We'll get into pricing later. So we come in here. I've done the Euro dash on this car, so the OBD2 port lives up in the cubby. There's a little door on it. You pop the door open. Take a look at the orientation of the device itself. Note that it's fairly small. It does have CarLock branding on it, which some people have criticized. But if the device is removed, you get a notification of that, and at least you'd know when and where it was removed. I happen to know that it installs this way. So we'll poke it up in there and give it a test. So here's the installed view. As you can see, there's absolutely no telling that it's there. Even when you kneel down, then you just can see that there is something installed in there. If your car still has the American style dashboard, it will protrude out a little bit more, but also note that it is further down here. It does stay pretty well hidden. I've had the CarLock installed for a few weeks in the 330, as that's primarily been the car that I've been driving. For the purposes of this review, I figured you'd rather see it on this car. So I unplugged it over there, brought it over here, and just put it in as you saw. And the app that's available in the App Store for free gave me a little notification that the device has been disconnected. I've also named the device in my profile BMW M5. You could name it whatever you like. So there's the disconnect code. If I were to open that up, it would show me when and where it were disconnected. That is kind of the downfall. If somebody's going to steal your car and they know to look for it, they can reach in there, pull it out, and chuck it out the window. And that's going to be a downfall of any product. If you're really serious about vehicle security, I would recommend removing this little piece of the dash, unplugging the OBD2 port from that, and hiding the entire thing behind the dashboard and leaving the little door there. It would look like there's nothing plugged in, but in actuality it's plugged in and hidden. Before we get into the road test, we're going to take a quick look at the application. The app is free from the Android and iOS App Store. It's called CarLock. Go ahead and open that up. This is the screen we're greeted with. When you get the device, it comes with a real quick instruction manual inside. You literally just plug it in, hook it up to your account with the free 31-day trial. It's got a serial number. You plug that in, you sign up with an email. You're not being charged yet at all. You have that free trial to decide if the product is for you. And then you would have the option to go ahead and buy a subscription service to that. So you plug it into your vehicle, then you've got to go drive it a little bit. It's got to get a cellular connection. So drive it around, make sure you've got a strong cellular connection, and once it starts reporting, you're set. I did that a few weeks ago, and it hasn't lost connection since. So you get a driving score based out of 100 based on your driving speed. It can note harsh cornering. It can detect if your vehicle has been hit, if there's a vibration detected. So speed, braking, harsh cornering, device disconnected, lots of warnings here. So my score is a 95 out of 100. I'm actually surprised that it is that good. You can see that I've driven 414 miles and 11 hours and 32 minutes in the last few weeks with this device connected. So we have a lot of stats like that. We can also compare that against last month's score right there at 91. I apologize for the poor lighting here. So then if we go down to the log, we'll be able to see all of the places where it's been noteworthy. So there's at the top, the device was disconnected. We had harsh braking yesterday. The device is fairly sensitive to harsh braking and acceleration. And in a car such as an M5, it does not take a lot to generate those warnings. We also see some speeding. You can set the speed, what you consider speeding, at anything between 0 and probably upwards of 100 miles per hour. I set mine at 85, and purposely yesterday on some open roads, I opened it up past 85, and you can see those speeds, date, time, and location recorded here. If I were to touch one of those right there, it would show me exactly where the vehicle was caught speeding. So maybe you're a nosy parent and you've got a kid driving around your car, which I don't know if is the best idea with an E39 M5, but if that is the case, you can monitor exactly how it's being driven and let them know that maybe something needs to change. So there's the log, you get your trip started, tells you exactly where you were, where you went, how long it took, how far it was, all of the above. It's actually got a different mode that you can put the car in a heightened level of security. You can lock the car like an aftermarket security system with this device. So then you're going to be notified if the vehicle starts, where it moves, where it goes. If somebody's driving your car in an unauthorized way, you will know about it. And you can schedule those days right here. Let's say you wanted definite monitoring on Monday from 3, 4, and 5 p.m. and you can turn those features on or turn those times on, and then you'll get push notifications sent directly to your phone. I'm going to turn those off because that would be annoying. You also have settings. It will use SMS to text your device. You only get a couple of those in the free trial. That's okay, I have them disabled. My vibration notifications on, signal loss, auto lock, harsh driving, and speeding I have set at 85. Let's see how fast it goes. Oh, it's still going. 300 miles per hour. So I'm going to say that that's going to cover the majority of cars that you're going to put this in. So I'm going to put mine back at 85, just as a friendly reminder that, hey, that's probably a little too quick. You can also do a mute all button if you're tired of the notifications, or let's say you're driving the car and you know you're going to be driving with harsh acceleration, you could mute those notifications. And then when you go to profile, you can see the car you have it registered to, and it's not sensitive to a VIN or anything. I've moved it between the M5 and the 330, and it's totally fine with that. If I were to click manage there, it would bring up my subscription, show me how many days I have left, and give me options to renew or add time to that subscription. For the sake of my security now, and not wanting to show you exactly where my house is, I'm going to take this car downtown Hudson, a little community here in Ohio, and show you the map feature and show you some of those features in real time. I've driven this car a little bit this year, maybe 150, 200 miles. I think about 200 miles. It's been nice. Finally the snow is done, so that's a plus. And it's driving quite well. I haven't done the oil change yet this year. That's pending. Got the new rear tires done, but we'll talk about all of that in an update video coming. It's been nice to start driving this car again. It is really, truly a pleasure to drive. You guys know, most of you guys are owners. If you're not, do something smart and become one. A couple of miles later, things are warm and we're back behind the library. How sketchy is this? So, now that we've driven a little bit, we can go ahead and open up that CarLock app. Note that things are about 60 seconds delayed, to be expected going through a GSM cellular signal service. It's not completely real time, but certainly real time enough that if you are out chasing your car, you would be able to find it. So here we are right now. When we move the map around and things get lost, maybe the car's over there, we get a new button over here on the right. That's just the center and locate button. It's not showing fantastic accuracy right now. We'll give it a couple minutes and it will hone that in to a much more accurate location. We can see this is the lock button I was talking about, similar to your arm and disarm button. So right now we're unlocked. If I were to hit that lock button, it knows the car is on. If I were to start driving it or do whatever with it, I would immediately get notifications that, hey, your car is being driven even though you have it locked. Will it shut down your OBD2 system and not allow somebody to start the car? No, I don't even know that that's an option, and you probably wouldn't want that, because if you had your car locked and then you lost your phone, you would be somewhat screwed. So we're going to keep that unlocked for now. If we hit the little button there that looked like a cruise control icon, we come back here and we see our driving score and everything that I showed you before. But let's play with this here a little bit. Let's shut the car off. And we're going to make it think that we have gotten out and left it here. So we'll close the door, we'll lock it. I'm going to hit lock again just so I don't set off the motion sensor in here. And then we're going to come over to the app, go back to the map, and I'm going to hit the lock button. So now we're in a secure environment. I'm going to let that go through a couple of seconds and make sure it gets to the actual CarLock device. And then we're going to start it up and start driving and see what kind of notifications we get. So it's been about a minute. I hit the unlock button, opened the door, hopefully tricked the car and the device. We will start it up. And in a matter of seconds, we should have a notification. I've also noticed that if you hit the little location button up there at the top, it gives you the exact GPS coordinates of your vehicle and an option to navigate to the car, should it have been stolen or taken by somebody without your authorization. So we're gonna go for a little harsh acceleration warning here, and it's not hard to do with the app, or especially this car. Like, just 3/4 throttle up to approximately the speed limit, and I felt it buzz on my leg. For the sake of safety, I'm not going to show you the phone right now. I'll pull over in a moment to do so. We'll check the notifications in a minute, but the harsh braking works the same way. And the harsh braking really wouldn't be a symbol of bad driving per se. To me, that would be more of a safety measure. But if we were to decide that, ooh, 40's too quick, how about 25? We'll get a notification for that too. So you can really monitor exactly how someone is driving your vehicle. And this could be useful for a variety of ways. If you have employees driving your car, you have a spouse or kids driving your car, it keeps you in the driver's seat even when you're not, knowing how the vehicle's being treated. So when we're in lock mode like this, it turns the edges of the screen red, further notifying you that this was not permitted activity. And then that entire path that I just drove is highlighted in red, partially and mainly because I set my speeding parameter. I changed it from 85 to 20 just so it would give me the speed warning. Obviously I went over 20 miles per hour. The speed limit's 25 and 35 in the areas where I have been. So we can see exactly what happened, where the car went. It's also time stamped, and then we can go ahead and clear that, and I'm going to unlock the car now. So we're cleared, and one more time, and unlocked. And now I'll show you exactly what those notifications were to look like if, say, the application is not even open. We go back home and we power the phone just in sleep mode. So now we'll go out and I'll go over 20 and do the brake thing again. So here's what the notifications look like. They come in just like any other notification, with harsh acceleration, speeding, harsh braking, harsh cornering. Whatever it happens to be shows up just like that. From the primary screen here, where it shows us our driving score, we can scroll down, and this is where the battery information is, as well as some statistics about connectivity with the app. So trying to get in focus here, we can see we're connected to GSM with a very strong signal. We have GPS, we have 18 GPS satellites, and there's our battery voltage over a time period that's kind of undisclosed, but we can see exactly how many volts we're producing, and that all looks healthy. And that peak there would have been when I stopped and started the car. So all of that's good. If there's any pulls on the battery or the voltage gets too low, we get a notification. Now we're gonna go somewhere fairly quiet. I have my MacBook in here, and we're gonna show you what the online website kind of applet login center looks like. But before we do that, we're in an M5 with Eisenman, so I don't know how well you can hear on camera with the windows down here. It's a lot louder outside. Really, for people that want it to be loud inside, you kind of need the X-pipe. But what a pleasurable day to drive this car. It's 66 degrees and sunny and fantastic. And it feels wonderful. While we're out, we'll take a little look around here. This is a fairly new neighborhood in the area. Decently expensive homes here. I'm not gonna argue that point with you. They're huge, they're beautiful though. Kind of close together. They could probably tell this car doesn't belong in here, it's too old. Although there is a Chevy Sonic or something over here. There is a Ferrari California in this neighborhood that I've seen in a garage bay a couple times for the sake of their security. I won't be showing you that house specifically. This is fairly new construction though, in the last 5 years. So when you log in online at my.carlock.co, log in with your email and password, you're immediately greeted with the map portion of the website. You can see exactly where your vehicle is. So I've zoomed out quite a bit. I'm at home right now. I don't need you guys knowing where that is. So I've zoomed out and you can see that vehicle is where I live, in between Cleveland and Akron, Ohio. On the right, we have some settings or some statistics that we also had in the iPhone app. We can see the total distance, the total miles, trip count. We can view that by month. So if you've had this a little while, you can go back and see how things have changed. You can even compare your driving score. It looks like mine may have gone down a little bit today. Went from a 91 last month to a 94 this month. If I click this button right here to the right, it'll show trip history. That'll show exactly from engine start to engine stop where you went. If you sped along the way, all of that information is recorded. It does show a bunch of addresses that I frequent, so I'm not going to click that for the purposes of this video. We can also see the notification history here. Speeding, harsh acceleration, speeding. Boy, I look like a terrible driver. Car moved at 12:38. So if we click on that, we can see exactly where that was, and that's when I started recording before. It didn't give me the notification on the phone for whatever reason. I may have accidentally dismissed it, but here it is on the website, so we can see when and where that happened. Then we click over here to get to our settings. We can put in our manufacturer, our time zone. There's the speed. I'm going to put that back at 85 for the time being. You get your push notification settings if you want to silence things. Maybe you don't want to know about vibrations or engine start, signal loss, low battery, etc. I have all of that stuff turned on. SMS notifications will go directly to your phone, bypassing the app. If you have the app on your phone, I would just recommend that you use that. And then we get over here to the actual subscription. We can look at the details. So I'm on my trial. I have 6 days left on that. For $113, that would give me a year and 20 SMS notifications. We can pay with PayPal or credit card, or you can look at the monthly plan at $9.60 per month. Same thing, PayPal or credit card. So that is my review of CarLock, fantastic vehicle security. If you want to keep an eye on things or how other people are driving your car, it's great peace of mind. For me, this would be great to stick in the garage in the winter. I know when I'm in California and the car's here, probably won't be happening next winter, but this winter would have been very useful to know what my battery status is and make sure nobody's messing with the car, unlocking or starting or driving the vehicle. So if you guys have any questions, please do not hesitate to leave those in a comment below this video. Also check out the description box below this video. I will include the links to the product site as well as the purchase link from Amazon. Also email me, Ryan at e39source.com, with any questions, any requests, video requests that you guys would like to see. I can certainly attempt to put that together for you. Thanks again for watching, and we'll talk in the next video. Bye-bye.